Hello, I'm going to tell you about a story about the final exam. The teacher entered the classroom, which was like an auditorium seating. All the students started to file in. The teacher entered. He looked up into the students. Alright, today is the last final test for math. All the students nodded yes. Your time is very strict. You only get 3 hours and then you're finished. He passed out all the papers. All the students filed them through. So we're like, oh, this is easy. So we're like, oh, this is really hard. The teacher looked up at the clock, writes it on the board, and then watches the students as they take their test. 1 hour goes by. Maybe one student walks down, turns his test in, and leaves. Teacher's like impressed. Looks back up at the clock. An hour and a half goes by. A semi-big crowd comes up, turns their papers in, the pile gets bigger, and then they leave the classroom. A little while later, about an hour and 45 minutes, a bigger crowd comes in, the pile gets bigger, and then they leave. There's maybe about 10 people in the crowd still doing their tests. 2 hours come up, bigger crowd comes rushing down, turns their papers in, and then he sees about one person sitting up there, still taking their tests, and he's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And this last person up with a smile on his face, turns it in. He's like, you know, your last test is only 2 hours. You're the last person to turn it in. And the student just looks at him. He's like, do you know my name? The teacher's like, I have all these students in this class. Do you think I know your name? So the student just shoves the paper in the pile and just storms out. And the teacher is shocked.